In this question, we have to write a block using cursor which display the sum of salary department wise. So we know that what is the query to find out the sum of salary department wise. That query is very simple, as you know that select department number, sum of salary alias is TOT from EMP group by DPTNO. So this query returns two columns, DPTNO and TOT, that will be inserted into the cursor C1. Here we have declared one row type variable REC that is of the type cursor. Actually, if we are using any variable in the for loop, that is no need to declare. Still we are declaring here, but in the next program I will remove this line from the program. So you can see REC that is used in the for loop, it will be declared automatically, so no need to declare it over here. But here I have written this because of to explain that row type is the type of row type of C1 is the type of REC. So here salary is declared as the type number, and in the procedure section REC is the counter variable, or you can say row type variable. The type of this REC is C1. Automatically it will take the data type of the C1. Why? Because this is the syntax of for loop, that here if you write cursor's name C1, here you are writing the cursor name, and if you write here variable, this variable will be of the type this cursor, that means the row type of the cursor given to the REC variable. So here our syntax is very simple. In is as usual, we are writing in, and we are writing for, we are writing a variable, counter variable, but instead of a range 1 to n, we are writing the cursor C1. So that means how many times the for loop will be iterated? For loop will be iterated as many times as C1 contains the number of rows. Loop is compulsory, that is our syntax, and loop to end the for loop. And here you can see that DBMS output put line prints the department number, that is the first column, and the total TOT. So syntax is REC dot department number. REC is our row type variable. This is the row type variable in which in every row we have two columns. One is department number and another is total. So here I have to write REC dot department number and REC dot total, and here we are ending the loop. Every line will be printed which are in the cursor, and here you can see no fetch is required. Here no fetch statement is required, and no declaration of REC is required. So here we are printing a blank line, ending the loop, and at last we are doing, we are taking the grand sum of salary, and by this into salary, what we are doing, we are giving the total of salary to the variable salary. So total sum cell will find the total of cell from the table EMP, and this salary is our variable that is declared over here. So total of this sum cell will assign to salary. So into salary is very useful when we want to assign the result of query into a variable. And then total salary of all the department that we are printing at last. This is the output of the block PLSQL code that EMP contains department 10, 20, 30 and their group by over the department 10. Here we have to write department 10, department number, department number, department number. Here I have changed later on, so here it is department number. So department number 10, 20, 30 and sum will be given to you. This is the group total of salary of the department 10, total of salary of the department 20, total of salary of the department 30, and the total salary of all department is 29025. That is given by the last query, this one, and the value goes to salary variable. Salary is printed over here. Now if you want to verify that what is the sum of department 10, sum of salary, so you can write this query and you can verify that 8750, 8750. In the second question is write a block using cursor which display the sum of salary department wise. It is question is same. It should be like this. Write a block of block using cursor which display the details of each employee whose salary is greater than John's salary, greater than the salary of John's. So this is our question, and in this the cursor, our cursor is, this is the question which you have solved in the assignment. So it is very simple that select ename John and salary from EMP where salary is greater than, select salary from EMP where the ename is John. So John salary કરતા બધી જ સેલરી આપણને વધારે અહીંયા મળશે. So select કર્યું 3 columns, ename, job and salary, and here the condition is that in the condition we have written the second query, sub query, that will give the salary of John. So it can be compared with the salary and we are taking the greater salary. Sorry. And again here REC C1 row type, it is not required. And here in the loop for REC in C1, automatically declared REC and automatically used. And we are printing one by one name, job and salary. Here you can see the John's salary. Here we have the salaries which are greater than John's. So we are not printing the John salary. Scott, King and Ford, 3 employees coming in the output. John's is not coming in the output. Why? Because it must, John's salary is not greater than John's salary. So we are taking all the salaries which are greater than John's salary. The next question is, write a block using cursor to print employee details whose salary is in the given range. So this is the PLSQL code which uses the cursor having parameters. So this is the parameter of the cursor. Parameter, first parameter is x, second parameter is y. And what is the meaning of this? First of all, see here, select details from EMP where cell between x and y, that means the range of salary between x and y, and we are extracting ename, job and salary. Here x of the type cell is the column of EMP, so row percentage type parameter is here. Similarly, y of the type cell, which is the column of EMP. Here again we have declared that x and y, that is of the type cell. It is required to declare. Here REC is declared again. Why it is declared? Because we have used loop and end loop. We have not used fetch for loop. So REC of the type C1 cursor, so row type used parameter. Our range x is 1300, y is 2500. While opening the cursor, I am providing the parameters, and then I have to fetch from the C1, and I am assigning the data, 3 columns, 3 data, name, job and salary into REC. And if not found is true, I have to write C1. So in implicit cursor we are writing SQL, and in explicit cursor we are writing the cursor name. So this is the important point, mind well. So fetch C1 into REC, and if cursor has no row not found, exit from the loop, otherwise print the name, job and salary, and then ending the loop. This is the output that you can see that each and every row within the range, that is from 1300 to 2500. So there is no salary which is less than 1300, and there is no salary which is greater than 2500. Now again I am revising the explanation. Here what we have done, the simplest query having the group by close, and cursor name is C1. This cursor can contain 2 columns, one tot and department number. REC is the row type variable which is automatically declared in the for loop, no need to write over here, but we have written y to explain that REC is there. it will be declared of the row type of the cursor C1, and we are printing the data. No need to found, not found, no need to fetch in the for loop. So for does three things automatically. First, declares the variable of the type row type. Second, it fetches the rows from the cursor, it opens the cursor automatically, it closes the cursor automatically. So if you are using the for loop, that will do many tasks automatically. That is the declaration of row type variable, and it will automatically handles again what opens the cursor, fetch the rows from the cursor, it will check found, not found, automatically everything it will does, and then closes the cursor. So it is very useful while you are using the user defined cursor for and in cursor C1. Another thing is simple. So here what is the new thing what we have done? Here we have used the subquery in the cursor, and that is permitted in the cursor. Again, here you can see we have not declared the REC, it will be declared automatically whatever we have explained. And then in the third one, what is the special thing over here? We are passing the parameter. Here we are passing the parameter x and y to the query, to the cursor. So cursor contains query, and x and y used in the query. Any way we can use, and at the time of opening the cursor we have to pass that parameters. And why we have declared REC over here after type row type of the cursor C1? Why? Because here we are not using the for loop, we are using the loop and end loop, and we have to write the exit condition, exit when C1 percentage not found. So when we are using the user defined cursors, we have to write cursor name, not SQL. SQL is used in implicit cursor, and here we are using user defined cursor, so we have to write cursor name. Another thing are same, and you can see the output. Let us see output in Oracle.